Aaron, over to you quickly.
All right, a very good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Vimbai. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Ayo.
Good morning. Aaron, how are you today?
I'm good, still reeling from the very, very busy weekend. But without wasting much time, let's get straight into it. The Premier League, and getting started today. Like I said last week, half man, half amazing. Talk to me about the man. Erling Haaland, always delivering for Manchester City. This season has been fire for him. Literally the tour de force when it comes to football and goal scoring. 3-0 was how we actually ended. Manchester City completely decimated Liverpool. Liverpool did not know what hit them. Jeremy Doku, all right, running rings around Bradley. Bradley's head was spinning like a roller coaster, literally. Now, away from this, let's get into other results that actually came in. Okay, first of all, of course, that particular win has seen Manchester City rise to the table. Arsenal, beware. City is coming. And all the citizens are coming. So Arsenal, 26 points. No thanks to the draw that actually happened. We'll be talking about that in a moment. Manchester City have actually gone up to second. All right, talking about other results that actually came up from the weekend. But before then, Jeremy Doku, since Eden Hazard, no one has had that many take-ons, over 10 in a game. And the number of completed dribbles and the number of take-ons, Jeremy Doku is the man. Doku was the man yesterday. Okay, so kudos to that. We'll be talking about Guardiola in a moment. Now, let's talk about the fact that Arsenal had an opportunity to open their gap, but that did not happen on the day. All thanks to a rate smash and grab from Broby. All right, 1 point for these guys. Talking about Sunderland, they've been tireless this season, especially when they're playing at the Stadium of Light. And kudos to them once again being the spanner in the works against Arsenal. The Gunners have been untouchable up until now. So they will reality check, some say, and the season is still very open. A lot can happen. 11 games have been played. So many more to be played. Okay, moving away from that quickly, Manchester United were staring defeat in the eye before Matthias de Ligt with a late header, literally at the death, to actually snatch a crucial point for Ruben Amorim and the gang. So, as it stood, Manchester United right now, 5 games and they haven't lost. But Chelsea finding their groove again. Neto, not forgetting Pedro and also Gusto, all getting on the score sheet for the Blues against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers officially are one of the worst teams in Premier League. But that particular game between Manchester City and Liverpool was the 1,000th Pep Guardiola game. And when you look at it, 716 wins in 1,000 games. Some say arguably one of the greatest of all time, or candidate for one of the greatest of all time when his time is done. But for the citizens, he's been prolific because he's played well over 500 games for them. So this man has just been a tour de force, literally. Okay, quickly, because of time, let's actually press forward today, stretch our legs to other leagues. Of course, in the La Liga, Robert Lewandowski getting a hat-trick and helping Barcelona against a very stubborn Celta Vigo to actually help them with a 4-2 win. Real Madrid, once again, showing that they are not untouchable. A little chink in the armor, goalless draw against Rayo Vallecano over the course of the weekend. When you look at the table, Real Madrid are still leading, and hopefully they can actually continue this because it's looking like their season. All right, they've got 31 points from 16 games. Barcelona have got 28 points. So let's see, from 12 games, I beg your pardon, from 12 games. So this is still open. It's still very, very open. Quickly to Formula One, and let's actually look at how things played out. Okay, first of all, the Super Eagles. The boys are back in town. Rufai. This is where the rubber meets the road. A referendum on sport, especially the Nigeria Football Federation in Nigeria, because we're going to be playing remember the playoffs. We've got 2 games. Literally. Okay, so let's actually look at some of the players that have actually come into camp. Early birds into camp: Calvi Bassi, Alex Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, Aroko Dare, not forgetting Olusegun, Wilfred Onyedide, Moses Simon, and Troost Ekong. And time will not permit me to dissect this, but let's get straight into the Islamic Games because the medals are beginning to pour in. Right now, okay, Formula One quickly. Rufai, I told you that this man, because of Max Verstappen, will not give this particular championship without a fight. Although it was a day for Lando Norris in Sao Paulo, but Verstappen from the back like a bullet had a race of races, I must say. Looking at the championship standard right now, for the drivers, Lando Norris is still first, Piastri second, but Verstappen is closing up. Rafael, it's going to be the fight to the finish. He's not willing to give it up without a fight. We know that Lando Norris, by the bookmakers, and he's the favorite to actually win this particular championship for the year 2025, but it is still open. Islamic Games is heating up nicely, and Nigeria beginning to turn heads with the young lads there, and you can actually see the Eddie Young Joseph getting the medal. When you look at the medals table in the Islamic Games, as you press it further quickly because of time, you find out that Nigeria is in the top 3. So far, we've gotten 4 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Kudos to them so far for what they've actually been able to do. And you know, and I know this, when it comes to weightlifting wrestling, we are beginning to rise in the ranks. And finally, talking about all that has been going on, this has been circulation over media. Okay, time will not permit us to go into today's event. There have been talks that, or a banner was actually put out that has been making the rounds on social media about Christians being killed, and some Romanian players decided to do this, defend Nigerian Christians. They say this was during one of the World Cup qualifiers. As we try to wrap it up, one man has insisted that the solution to Nigeria's political problem, Shehu Diko, he says it is sport. Let's get to hear from him briefly.
It's just about advancing the quality of what sports could do, bringing people together, bringing cultures together, and providing a platform for more solidarity and more understanding between people of different cultures. It's what we call the social and cultural wealth, that is, and the sporting wealth that is normally created via sports. So we are quite glad. And for a country like Nigeria, with the current conversation that is ongoing, unfortunate, but with these games now, it clearly depicts that whatever anybody think about Nigeria in terms of religion or whatever, it's totally misguided, because we can see how united we are and how we are all doing what we have to do regardless of who you are, where you come from. It's just about Nigeria. It's just about the national flag. It's just about the national anthem.
All right.
Truth should be done.
That's just about it.
Like I was saying, a player was attacked and slit in the throat. It's a sad day for our league. We should bring about security in the league. I was in Ibadan the day Guinea George was killed. We should not go back to those days. Thank you.